Good morning, humans. My name is Gita. Some people may recognize me from the incredible interaction, the hybrid child. um, I'm human, pretty natural person. Um, Yesterday, I went to a Bashar event in Oakland, and I noticed that once again, to me it's a they, I'm going to say that, it's a group. Sure, Bashar may be the one main representative, but I've always been able to feel the family, the collective behind those channelings. So once again, they had to really work with the foundations of their message, which is follow your highest excitement in each and every moment without expectation to the best of your ability. And it's surprising to me and honestly saddening how many people don't understand that concept or have the inability to feel what feels good and what feels not so good. What does that excitement feel like? He talked about, once again, how excitement doesn't have to be you're jumping out of your seat and there's balloons and confetti. Excitement can be a very centered, calming feeling. He talked about beginning to know the difference between anxiety and excitement. How do you know that? So I'm making this video because it's what felt interesting for me to do. I was talking to myself in my bed because, well, I feel like all sane people should talk to themselves about what that really looks like. Following your highest excitement without expectation in each and every moment to the best of your ability with integrity. That used to be part of the package, but they leave that part out now. But I do think that it's important with integrity. But maybe that's too much, so they checked it out. But so it's really slowing down in each and every moment, because there's only the moment. So what do you want to do with the moment? So today, for instance, it's still in the morning, sitting in my bed. It's 8:30. I have a habit of reaching for my phone as soon as I wake up, and I check the time and I look at Facebook. It's like this weird kind of addiction thing, and a part of me realizes that, oh, my dreams are so intense. I leave this construct and I go and I travel and learn and explore, heal, and then I come back and sometimes I'm confused. I forget where I am. So I like to look at the scroll because I'm like, oh, look at all the humans and these are the stories and this is what's happening on this time in Earth, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm cool. Oh, right. But then also I find that I do it out of habit. Today, I didn't do that. I woke up and I'm in my bed and I'm like, oh, I'm so cozy, I'm so thankful. And I get out of my bed and I'm walking around my apartment. I've recently moved in and I'm so excited and grateful to have my space, and I'm still like, whoa, I have a house. And my house has stuff. And my house has plants. Woo! And then I was like, I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna see the day. And I did a couple of little stretches, back bends, little mini sun salutation. Hi, good morning, so pretty. Hi trees, hi sun, hi clouds. Actually, there's no clouds right now, but and then I came back in my house. And then there's that moment, oh, okay, what do I want to do? What feels good? Making myself coffee. Yeah, it's simple, but it's like, it may be something that I do every day, but feeling that choice in that moment, and that there's a centeredness to it as well. So I make myself coffee, and then I come down and I sit back down in my bed, and I read a book that I'm reading, enjoy my coffee. I looked at an article on quantum entanglement, and then I realized, I don't have to be at work until 3:30 today. So what do I want to do with my day? And then I started talking to myself again, and I was like, I could film myself doing this and maybe post it on the Bashar group and just see I don't know, if that feels good. So yesterday there was a woman that came from China, came all the way from China to Oakland to go to this Bashar event. I believe she had some type of channeling herself, or contacted some extraterrestrial aliens in a dream space, or someone else was a mediator. Either way, she received a message that she was to attend this event in Oakland yesterday. And she said that it didn't feel like her highest excitement, that it felt like an order. Like she was being told, this is your next move. And I love them. I love the Bashar group and the Sasani people, but they come from a different perspective. They come from a extraterrestrial perspective, where due to their hybridization program, their creation, they do not have the same connection to the emotional body, the will body, that humanity does. It's just their perspective. Like, they do not understand to the same level as we will have the ability, as we have the ability to connect to the emotional and the will body. It's just how it's been set up. She was expressing her inability to feel. She was saying that she felt like a very cold person. She felt disconnected from her emotions. She's very much in her mind about these understandings, but able to understand that she's disconnected. And Bashar, again, because they come from that spirited male mind perspective, was very much trying to take a belief-centered approach. Well, you're telling yourself a story. Do you really want to believe that about yourself? Is that your preferred reality about how you want to view your story? And she wasn't able to flip the switch because she needs to be talked to coming from a different angle. Sometimes, because again, where they come from, they don't have the ability to hold space for people to open up that emotional body. And they try to go in and find the coding in the belief system, and sometimes they're able to find the correct algorithm, and they can flip a switch within someone which will allow that person to change their perspective and jump into a different reality version of themselves. Now, some people, especially a person coming from China, needs to be treated, needs to be held, needs that space for them to open up into an emotional connection to themselves. They need a human, honestly, to help them. They're not going to get what they need to get from an extraterrestrial. Like, it's just not going to happen. At least from that polarized perspective. And also, it's just not the nature of that event. You know, that person would need at least half hour, 45-minute conversation to be able to open up those doors within that emotional body, within that will connection. And so, yeah, I'm talking because this is what is inspiring, and the next moment of excitement, of intuition, of that little heart whisper, of imagination, inspiration. I'm already at 10:44. And that's about as much as I would want to watch of like the weird chick sitting in her bed. So yeah, maybe this is something I can continue doing. Maybe I post this, maybe I don't. But yeah, it's important for us to understand this, whether it's, the language is all the same, right? Follow your heart. Follow your highest excitement. Do what feels loving for yourself. And everyone's talking about this in different language, whether you listen to Matt Kahn or Teal Swan or I don't know who, Eckhart Tolle or the Buddha or Yogananda, or like, it's all the same thing. But if you can't feel, if you're at a place where you can't even feel what feels good, how do we do that? How do we do that? And so this is my attempt to help those who are in that place of how do we do that? And to give some applicable physical advice that can be applied right here, right now. Ground. Feel your feet on the earth. Feel the space. Feel your breath. Feel the moment. All there is right here, right now. What's the next thing that comes into your mind, that comes into your imagination, that comes into your heart? And do that without expectation of how things need to turn out, with integrity, if you can, to the best of your ability. Commitment is what that means, with gusto. Speak up, go for it. Aloha.